Where are we meeting the men that don't suck? Where are we finding them?
Where are all the good men at?
Where have all the good men gone?
Where are all the good men?
Where do I find the nice guy that wants a simple, healthy relationship?
Where are the good men at? Where they at? How do I meet them? Where do I go?
Girls, where the fuck are you finding good men?
She says she wants a real man, then dates the guy who treats her like trash. Let me explain why and what it means for you. You did everything right. You were respectful, you were stable, you were ambitious. And she chose the guy with no job and three baby mamas. Here's the psychology behind it. Look, we need to talk about something that's driving good men absolutely insane. You're out there working on yourself. You've got your life together. You're respectful. You're stable. You've got goals. You're exactly what women say they want in every dating profile, every article, every conversation. But you're getting nowhere. Meanwhile, the guy who is broke, who is unreliable, and treats her like an option, he's got her texting at 2 a.m. in the morning wondering why he hasn't called. What the hell is going on? What's happening? Here's what no one wants to admit. There's a massive gap between what women say they want and what they actually respond to. And before you accuse me of being bitter or cynical, this isn't about hate. This is about understanding human behavior so you stop beating yourself up for doing everything right and still losing. And if you're sitting there nodding your head and thinking, finally someone is saying it, smash the subscribe button right now. Because I say out loud what you know deep down in your heart is true. This channel isn't here to make you feel good with lies. It's here to give you the truth so you can actually win. So here's the science behind all of this. Women are attracted to what psychologists call dark triad traits in the short term. Confidence that borders on arrogance, unpredictability, a little bit of danger. Not because they are broken, because for thousands of years, those traits signal genetic fitness and the ability to compete with other men. The stable guy, the nice guy, that's what you pick after you've gotten the chaos out of your system. That's the guy you settle down with when you're ready for security. But right now, in her 20s, when she's got options and no consequences, the guy who makes her feel something, even if it's anxiety, beats the guy who makes her feel safe. Now here's where it really gets complicated. Modern women have been told they can have both. They want the excitement of the bad guy and the stability of a good man. They want someone who is dangerous enough to be interesting, but safe enough to introduce to her parents. And you know what? That guy barely exists. So what ends up happening is that they date the exciting guy and complain about him. Then they friend zone the stable guy and use him for emotional support while they're getting their heart broken by someone else. You've seen this. You've probably been the emotional support guy, listening to her vent about some dude who doesn't even remember her last name. Now here's what that means for you. First thing is to stop believing what women say they want. Watch what they do instead. Actions reveal preferences. Words reveal what they think they're supposed to want. The second is being nice is not a strategy. Being respectful doesn't make you attractive. Those are baseline requirements, not selling points. What actually attracts women is strength, confidence, purpose, and the ability to walk away if she's not adding value to your life. The third is if you are the stable guy and you keep getting passed over, you're probably too available. You're probably too predictable. You're too safe. You need edge. You need challenge. You need to be willing to say no and mean it. The fourth is to understand that different women want different things at different times. The 23-year-old who is chasing excitement isn't ready for what you offer. The 32-year-old who just got out of a toxic relationship might finally be. Don't waste your energy on someone who is not in the right season for what you bring. The fifth is don't resent women for this. Resent the culture that lied to you about how attraction works. They told you to be nice and everything will work out. That was never true. Attraction is biological, not ideological. So what do? You become the guy who has the stability and the edge. You build your life to a point where you are genuinely not desperate for any one woman's attention. You develop the confidence that comes from knowing you are a high value man whether she sees it or not. You stop chasing women who aren't choosing you. You stop trying to convince anyone of your worth and you start focusing on the woman who actually have their act together enough to recognize what you bring to the table. Look, modern masculine men exist. You might be one, but the market is flooded with women who aren't ready to appreciate you yet. And that's not your fault. Your job isn't to wait around hoping they figure it out. Your job is to keep building yourself into someone so undeniable that when the right woman shows up, the one who's done playing games, you are ready. Stop wondering why she picked him. Start becoming the guy she wishes she'd picked. Listen, bro, just do me one favor. Subscribe for the truth about dating, attraction, and what actually works. No BS. And share with a friend who might need to hear this. See you in the next one.